We are live. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Should be able to hear me now. The fuck? Should be able to hear me now. There we go. That was fucking weird. Oh, well, hello, everybody. Hello. How are you guys doing tonight? How are you guys doing? Happy Friday, everybody. Or, no, fuck, Friday. It's muted? Are you fucking serious? I've already said it. No, you're fine. Okay, you guys are fucking dicks. God damn you people. God damn you guys. No. Anyways, hello everybody. God. I'm about to say, I fixed it. I did everything I could. Anyways, happy Thursday, everybody. Hope everybody's had I don't know if all you guys had a short week, but when you work the same days that the banks are open, yeah, it is a short week. So I hope everybody enjoyed it. I don't know where you've been at, but it's been getting hotter and hotter and hotter and hotter. So hope you've been able to enjoy similar. And then what do we got here? All right. Well, I think we need to get started with a couple of things right off the bat. And the first thing here is we got a super chat. I guess I'll answer right off the bat. Fair Frozen 55 for $10. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Appreciate the support. Says Sean, how retarded am I? Putting 533 bones down on a Springfield prodigy. All fixings. Well, what's it come with? You're getting it. Oh, you're getting it with the site and everything. Well, it's and all the fixings come to the full size, no grips. You wanted metal laser. You a big fat anime cans on that one. Well, talk to him. I think he'll try to hook you up if you can. You just might be waiting a little while, but get in touch with him. Get in touch with him. Can always be possible. So let's see real quick. Who's all here tonight? Well, who got first? Who got first on YouTube? Patty Leather. June is devotion to the most sacred heart month. God is great. Be Catholic. No lies detected. That's an interesting first. But hey, if you're first, you get your message out there. And then on Rumble in the Ghetto, Job Well Done has the easy first there. There you go. Anyways, Carrie, hello. Toothless, hello. Miss Who We Are, hello. Porcelain, hello. Wrestler Town. Brimstone, hello. Oh, yes, the judge is back. Jeez. Yes, Jim is saying today's start of grooming month. Yes, it is. Hello, Jay. Cedar Rose. Not Commander Rose. Cedar Rose. Hello. The GM says grounds. Let's see here. Where are Leighton muted? Yeah, thanks. The ATF got me. No, they did not. Leighton Bud Light. No, we were late. We were on time. Oh, locals chat. Oh, yeah. Damn it. I was doing so good tonight. I had butchered up a brisket, got that all put away. Everything was going great. Then I got this all set up, all 55 million stories for tonight. And then I forgot about my peoples. All right. Enabling live chat. Oh no. No. There you guys go. Hold on 1 second here. I got a text. All right. So where were we? Where were we? Trying to catch up to everybody. Joshua Clark, hello. Pikes, yeah, they're messing with me. Unhung Hero for $2 says you're muted. Thank you. I saw Tarkina gifted out five memberships. Thank you very much, Tarkina. I know everybody who got one is certainly going to appreciate it. And yeah, thank you very much. I know, congratulations to the new people out there. Oh, you like the new cover art? Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of like the base one if I forget to put up the thing in time, but I might switch back and forth on it as well. I don't know. I'm kind of waffling. It's like waffles. Yes, stumbling into the stream. Yes. Oh yeah, I did, Jim. I just saw that about all the maps over at Disney, but that's not a surprise. That's pretty much how Disney operates. Is just there's a book actually out there. It's called Tragic Kingdom, and it talks about all the ways people have like died at Disneyland. It's pretty brutal. It doesn't cover like the kiddie stuff, but just alone Disneyland, or actually Disney World, has consumed a lot of souls. So, yes, today's first day of Pride Month. Unhung Hero for $2 says, I'm gonna come. Rainbows. Well, I guess you can. It's Pride Month, so you can come. I guess. If you want to. Sniper's Nest, we started mute as usual. No, we did not. It's good to see you, man. I do have the checklist. Pie Case. I do have the checklist. I just missed it when I was reading. So, okay. Where are... yeah, this is who we are, says Mark Randazzo was hired by Project Veritas to sue James O'Keefe. Yeah, but it sounds like there's some issues with it sounds like he may have done some things where like they had fired him, but he's out there spending money to start up his new venture on their dime, which you kind of can't do. It kind of sounds like he may have done some stuff where he might get his money back. They might get their money back, but they're not going to get this idea they can get an injunction. I mean, to stop somebody when they're going to say, well, we fired him and then he's trying to start up a new business. Like, well, but you fired him. Generally you don't get non-competes to follow people along even after they're fired. If you're termed, you're termed. Okay, let's see. Dirk saying time for a White Claw. Yeah, not for a White Claw tonight, but we got this instead. So, yeah. Turkey is saying Gouveia stopped. I haven't read anything yet. I got to read the filings, so I'll take a look at it. We got a couple more minutes waiting for more people to show up. Claude is saying, I'm sure Sean has at least scored a 173 on his LSAT. I'm going to try to... I downloaded that guy's filing. It's so damn funny. So cheers, everybody. Yeah, my LSAT score was not a 173. It wasn't very good at all. Just saying. J Doe says Whistling Diesel has a case coming up that he's trying to get publicly televised. Could be some good content to share with his 5.4 million subs. I reached out. I'm going to reach out to him probably tonight because I watched some of his stuff and I want to talk to him about it. And I don't know what we can do. I mean, I can't force or petition coverage, but I'd like to talk and at least get it out there. I mean, certainly I'm a little smaller channel than he is, but I'd like to reach out to him and see if there's something I could do there because, yeah, collabing is collabing. And Hunch gifted 5 memberships. Thank you, Hunch. I know everybody who gets one is gonna be very happy. Gonna be very happy out there. And Ashley, I know Patty was first, but you were like just seconds behind him, so I'll give you the chance. Give you the credit there. Stabby saying, hope everybody's staying positive and productive. Yep, I agree. Also, Tarkina, thank you for being the member for 9 months and Parallax for 7 months. I appreciate it. What about the Afro Man stuff? You still talking to people? Yeah, the Afro Man stuff's kind of up in the air right now. The Bruce Rivers, the criminal lawyer guy on YouTube, is representing Afro Man now. They filed their response to the amended complaint. Basically, it's just them dick slapping down the cops again. So that's kind of in a holding pattern until we see what happens. Sent me something that wouldn't be appropriate for a YouTube algorithm. Messages. I mean, unless you put it on the page, that's okay. Where is? I'm not sure where you're talking, Hunch, because I don't see it. Yeah, I don't see it right away. So, in the live chat. Oh, okay. Sorry, when you say you like message it to me, I'm like, okay, I gotta check this out real quick. Is it gonna be like some Mandingo ness? Oh, by the way, P Mike, thank you for the $1 tip out there. Says don't forget to tell the poors if they sell some of their ET benefits, they can join and receive an exclusive weekly show. They can also want to pump you up an algorithm. Yeah, 50 cents on the dollar. I'll pay you. Brimstone for $9 said, did you see the 10,000 Hunter Biden photos from his laptop were released? I did. I did not have a chance to look at them. I'm also concerned, like, what kind of cheese pizza's out there? Just saying. You got to be careful with that stuff. Brimstone again, just saying thank you, brother. Well, thank you. I appreciate it, man. Yeah. Oh, Hunch. Okay. Yeah. I saw the reports of those AT4s. Yes. And I love how the one guy, the Ryan Macbeth guy's like, well, they're training rounds. Like, they're black and yellow striped. I'm pretty sure that means they're like AT stuff. They're high explosive. So, yeah, I'm sure that's not a big deal. Although in reality, I doubt they made their way from Ukraine all the way to the cartel. More than likely, if you were to trace those rockets back, they would be military aid given to the Mexican military. We give them a lot of direct aid. So that's how they get all their machine guns. It's pretty much for the Mexican military. So Charles Hetrick saying Hunter's trying to beat the 4473 charges using the Bruin decision. 100%. I mean, why wouldn't you? I would if I was his attorney. I'd do the same thing. And yes, the 4473 and lying on it. I mean, you could probably get him in trouble for lying on a government form. That's a crime. But I think that's not necessarily what he's been charged with. He's been charged with being a prohibited person. Well, if you go back through Bruin, prohibited people don't exist. And I think that's how I would do it. I mean, for example, here in Ohio, if you get caught with a weapon and you're a felon and you have a disability, I'm challenging it under Bruin. I'm challenging concealed weapons charges under Bruin. I'm challenging all that stuff under Bruin. I expect nothing less. And you know what? Remember, when it comes to your constitutional rights, everybody gets to use them. We can't differentiate like, oh, well, this guy's a scumbag. He's going to get away with something. Okay, cool. If he gets away with that, all right, fine. But it still shouldn't exist. That law shouldn't exist in the first place. And if it takes him to beat that, I mean, that is what it is. I mean, he's got enough out there that, he may escape man's justice, but he won't escape God's justice. But if he's the reason why we get rid of the prohibited person statutes, I'm all ears. That sounds awesome. I'm willing to make that trade. Why? Because it's also what's right. And you don't get to choose who's part of the right and just decisions out there. I mean, for example, Ernesto Miranda. He was accused of raping a woman. And very likely did it. But we got our Miranda rights through him. I mean, it's never going to be Susie Soccer Mom enhancing your constitutional rights. It's bad guys that lead to that. So, say la vie. Say la vie. I know that's not the answer you want to hear, but that's the answer you got. Brimstone saying, they prosecute you for child porn. They would. Well, think about it. If there's child pornography in if there's any cheese pizza out there and that stuff that gets released, well, you shouldn't be looking at it. It's cheese pizza. It should go to the police. And there is no an openness or disclosure exceptions for cheese pizza. So, got to be careful about it. And hold on one second here. Sorry about that. Obama again with Fast and Furious. Yeah, well. So where are we? Oh, the Fox. I should ban you for that. OTVL. I'm not overturning Terry. We should, but A-dubs, you're correct. John Q publicly bent over a barrel and shown all 50 states over an arm thing that goes up. Yeah. 100% that'll happen, but that's how it goes, man. How it goes. Let's see here. Where is the other thing I want to talk about real quick with that? But it's just something you have to deal with. I mean, it's because let's be real, guys. How do we get these? And we got Heller because he was a retired cop. Okay, great. But actually, the nitty gritty of Bruin is going to get applied by felons and criminals, drug dealers, robbers, murderers, rapists, ex-cons. That's going to push the limits really at this point. I mean, that's the stomach. You're going to have to stomach that. James Hunslinger says, bad lip reading. Thank you, bitch. Oh. Sue says, from what I understand, the cheese pizza is blurred on the pics. Here's the deal. Whoever blurred, it always looks like I'm like playing with the microphone when I do that. I'm just doing this. Whoever blurred it, I don't trust that. I mean, is that blurred sufficiently enough that it's not a readily identifiable image? Because I don't really want to take my chances that it's not done well enough. So, yeah, just saying. I mean, I'm not saying. I'm just saying. All right, well, that's been enough bullshitting. We're ready to go. But yes, there's all kinds of crazy stuff going on with Hunter. We'll find out. But we have a lot to cover. So let's get to it. Furby Slayer, it's a trap. It could be, very well be. Very well could be. J-Man over in Rumble says, don't chance it with the cheese pizza. Danger, Will Robinson. Danger. Yes. And J-Man also says, Karma got Miranda in the end. Yes, because he ended up getting stabbed to death in a bar. And his assailant asserted his Miranda rights. So, yeah. Yep, karma came back around. So let's get to the first thing. Danny Masterson. If you guys remember that 70s show, you guys will remember him. Well, he was facing rape charges a couple of months ago, and he got a hung jury on all 3 counts. So they retried it. Well, he got tried again, and we have a verdict now. He was convicted of 2 counts of forcible rape, as opposed to unforced rape, which I don't know, Cal. You do that, California. You're a little weird out there, but you do you out there, guys. You do you. You do you. So he faces up to 30 years in prison. And yes, he was convicted of 2 counts of forcible rape. There was a 3rd count, and once again, the jury could not reach a verdict on one of the counts, and it was an 8-4 vote in favor of conviction. Okay, so what does that mean? Technically, they could try him again on that 3rd count. Will they? I doubt it. Very likely, they'll take 2 out of 3 and just get him sentenced and send him into California DOC and be done with him. If I had to guess. I mean, that's there. It's interesting because these are accused of happening between 2001 and 2003. And there were 2 women in 2003, but involving a former girlfriend in 2001, they couldn't verify it, which is weird because this was all going on during that 70s show. So that's a little weird because I was like in high school when this all happened. And yes, I don't know if I like the fact that we're getting these 20-year-old charges because that's a long time. A very long time. And I think the statute of limitations should only be that long for murders. When you get past that, it causes so many problems. He is in custody. He was taken away upon verdict, which in this case is normal because it's obviously mandatory prison time. He is going to, they asked him to remain free. That won't ever happen. He has a hearing set for August 4th. I don't know what that means specifically. That might be a sentencing. It might not. Presumably it will be. So now I know you guys are also pointing out there were some statements made by the prosecutors and, there's going to be appeal issues. Yeah, there very well could be. I don't know. I mean, remember, if you're appealing, you're already like behind the 8 ball. Remember, we've already talked about that. It's, rabbit and the turtle, and you got to catch up. And just saying, guys, just saying. Whether he does or doesn't, I don't know how that's going to go. It is very interesting though because Danny Masterson is a Scientologist, and the victims who are known as Jane Does, which one of the victims known as Jane Doe number 2. I think at some point, especially if you're going to come out in public, in a criminal case, I don't know, especially as an adult, I don't know if you should be entitled to that. But that's California doing it. They have a civil case, which she and others have sued him in Scientology for harassment and stalking, which, yes, is very true. The Church of Scientology is well known for their ability to harass, antagonize, and follow people around. If you've ever watched Going Clear, that documentary, or Leah Remini stuff, Surviving Scientology, or whatever, I forget what she called it is. The Church of Scientology is brutal about what they do to people. They will grind you into dust. And then if you are in Scientology, they have blackmail. Like, they accumulate blackmail on everybody all the time. It's kind of like J. Edgar Hoover and like KGB level stuff. They're always looking for a reason to jam you up. They're always looking for stuff they can use on you later down the road. So I'm surprised that they, don't have proof of him actually doing this because, we'll see though. We'll see. So yeah, they talked about before it was a hung jury, and this case shined a light on the teaching of Scientology, which these women were all members of the church. And like I said, guys, when you're in the church, it's one thing. When you're out and they declare you as like the non-person, you are they come after you with a fury. They have all kinds of things there. And they did point out that Masterson's a prominent church member thanks to his acting success. It's not because of his acting success, it's because he brings in a lot of money. Just like Tom Cruise. It's the only reason why Tom Cruise is huge in the church is because he brings in the cash. John Travolta was really big, but now he doesn't bring in the cash. So, So there is a lot of stuff out there on that, and we'll see what happens to him. Tarkina, I saw you were saying here he could very likely there are documents in Scientology where he admitted the non-consensual relations with them. Yeah, yes. Like I said, they accumulate blackmail on everybody all the time. And it wouldn't surprise me if they, I bet they have him actually saying he did this on video. Because when they do their audits, they make you spill your guts. And then they record all that stuff. So we'll see. We'll see. Salty Balls is a hung jury where they all 9 inches or more. Well, hey, for some people, 3 inches is hung. Just saying. Yes, Carrie's right. A suppressive person, an SP. You know, when you say SP, not a spurg, just a suppressive person. Yeah. So we will see what happens from there. It'll be interesting going forward, but yeah, I remember when I heard about this whole thing, I was like, this is crazy, but hey, you know, Hollywood's full of, you know, this cabal of sexual deviants and predator cabal of pedophile vampire goblins. Yeah, I'm just saying, it seems like it's going on. Just saying. Okay, well, just be careful, guys. There's only one way in, and there's only, you know, you blood in, you blood out of Scientology. So be careful. And I saw somebody earlier asking about Fetty Wap. Okay, so not like Fetty, like Tree Fitty, Fetty. He is a rapper. Well, this absolutely blows my mind. Just because you talk about rapping and being a drug dealer, and you write your song Trap Queen, I don't know why you do this. But Fetty Wap is sentenced to 6 years in prison for running drugs while he's out touring the country making millions of dollars. And it wasn't just like, normally in the feds, like, okay, I'm not sure, like, what did he have a little baggie on him? He had a little bit more than that. We'll talk about that. His hit song Trap Queen, which actually isn't a bad song. I think it's actually pretty good. He glamorized drugs and being a rapper and a drug dealer. Well, there's Fetty if you haven't ever seen him before. Yeah, I know. Real road scholar. So he got sent to 6 years of federal prison for trafficking narcotics all over. Well, he's been in jail since August because he displayed a firearm and alleged to threaten to kill someone, according to prosecutors. Don't know if that's true or not, but when you're out facing federal charges, don't get caught in situations where people can accuse you of, being on a FaceTime call and threatening to kill people with a gun. Okay. But what did he do? Well, he pled guilty to conspiracy to distribute 500 grams or more of coke. For those of you keeping score, that's a lot of snow. That's a lot of snow. That's half a key, man. That's half a key of snow. I mean, booger sugar, Colombian marching powder, whatever you want to call it. I mean, that's a lot. That is a lot. Yeah. Jim saying half a bird ain't that much. For the feds, it's considered a lot. Yes, I understand. It's only half a brick. But hey, that's a lot. That's a lot normally. Like, you don't normally get caught with that kind of amount. That's a lot of weight, especially when you're like a multimillionaire already, independently wealthy. Like, I could see him having a couple of grams of coke on him, but like 500 grams, bro. The white pony, no, it's right. No, the white pony. See, when I was in college, I learned you call that riding the white stallion. Yes, Mystery Sniper's right. That is 1.1 pounds. Brittany says it's personal use. J-Do says that's a couple days for Zelensky. It's probably would be. So. Yes, it's personal use, man. Yeah, we've all been there. We've all been there with half a key. So yes, on Wednesday he appeared in federal court to receive a sentence, 1 year longer than the minimum, which is one of the issues when you get to that level of cocaine trafficking. There's mandatory minimums under federal law. Even under state law, there's mandatory minimums. Like for example, in Ohio, that oh my God, you top out the chart. Like the chart doesn't keep working after a while. But yes, he'd be facing mandatory prison time even here and in most. I'm pretty sure every state. Maybe California, they'd be like, yeah, it's okay, bro. Don't worry about it. But most states would be putting him in prison. He. Oh. His lawyer tried to argue that he had been supporting many relatives and children, and he needed the money to sustain them once the pandemic ended live entertainment. Like I said, it's one thing if you were like, with 20 grams of coke and you run around with it, but like 500, you got money. It ain't like this guy's eating SpaghettiOs every night. Although a lot of celebrities do end up eating SpaghettiOs because they're poor with their money. But this one here, you got to be careful making that argument because I don't think that won the judge over at all. I only wanted it to ever help my family. I never asked myself if it was all the way right. It's like, hey, conscience, yeah, what up? Do you think I should sling half a key of coke? Sure, bro, go for it. It'll work out. Thanks. Like, no, who does that? I mean, you need to know if it's all the way right. It's like, come on, man. You're better off just saying, look, man, I fucked up, Judge. Okay. But yeah, this is one of the issues, though. He ran out there, glamorizing the drug trade and then got in trouble trafficking drugs. He made millions off Trap Queen. And yeah, you got to be careful when you do stuff like that. What you say and do in life can be used against you. I do think this part, though, is ridiculous, though. The prosecutors are like, think about the collateral consequences of drug abuse. And that many people suffered during the pandemic, but they didn't turn to peddling poison. To be fair, Mr. Prosecutor, I don't know where you were during the pandemic, but a lot of people turned to doing illegal shit during the pandemic to make ends meet. So I'm just saying here. I'm just saying. J-Do says is the great ROI. Yeah. Harris Riley says Chef Boyardee is pretty good. Oh, yeah. Look at me. Do you think I don't think Chef Boyardee is good, or at least full of MSG, that sweet nectar of the gods? Nose clams, yes. Oh. Harbor Warble says could be argued his music's still more damaged than the drugs he sold. Yeah. And it's a crying shame coming off the top rope here. Yes, the government does all kinds of nasty stuff. They sell drugs and push drugs. Oh, it's very, very true. Very true. The truest knife cuts the deepest. The judge saying this is one of the hardest cases I've ever had. It's like, okay. Yes, he did have unbelievable fame to throw it away. But his crime was serious and his actions out on bail raised serious questions. That there were other choices. Yes, not like selling a shitload of fucking coke. Yes, there were other options, Fetty. Oh, God. So, yeah, they just talk a little bit more about what happened there. But yeah, it's It's interesting, though, since August, he's been held at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. Well, it's better than the MCC in Manhattan, where Jeffrey Epstein, did not kill himself. But he was been in jail forever. So, yeah, good luck, Fetty. Hey, at least you're getting some street cred now. It's not as cool as T.I., though, because T.I. did time for machine gun possession, and that's pretty fucking baller. Selling coke. Jay-Z even talked about doing it as a kid, man. Go get yourself a Mac 10 or something. A-Dub says, the CIA and the Coast Guard hate it when others encroach on their hustle, their side job. Yes. Yes. Bald Eagle saying, why is there a giant penis behind me? That's not a penis. Oh. Eric Fulham says, cocaine in moderation. Yes. Here we sell cocaine and cocaine accessories. Oh. In other news, I know this was an ongoing saga. At least I just think this is an example of, well, really, this is just, I think, an example of kind of the horse shit we see in our society today, and why we maybe do have two separate justice systems. Here is Elizabeth Holmes. What happened to her? Well, she finally had to go to prison today. So she started her 11-year sentence. You guys are saying now it looks like a penis. Yeah. Okay, great. It's not a penis. It's not a penis. Well, anyways, Elizabeth Holmes is now going to prison. She's starting her 11-year sentence. There she is in all her glory, no turtlenecks. And I really wonder if she still, does she have, from watching The Dropout, does she have this voice still when she talks? Or is she just has she given it up? Because that's the only thing I really want to know. And if I was the judge, I'd say, talk to me without the creepy voice and I'll knock years off your sentence. But she's starting her federal women's prison camp in Bryan, Texas. It's going to be okay for her. She's not going to Lesbian Island. It's a work camp, so it's lower level security, so she'll be all right. As long as she doesn't click up and join the female Aryan Brotherhood or something like that and start shanking people. She should not have to worry about going to serious incarceration or lockup. Hold on. J-Man over on Rumble says, you misunderstand. Fetty Wap had found the drugs and was on his way to turn them in. Yes. Yes, I'm sure. He was taking them all over the country before he came back. But getting back to Elizabeth Holmes, guys, if you guys remember her, she had the blood testing company Theranos, where they claimed they could take a drop of blood and they could basically do some Elysium level stuff on that and tell you how sick you were. I recommend watching that Hulu series because it is very revealing how insane that entire thing turned out to be and how she just bullshitted her way through all of the people that were involved and got billions and billions and billions of dollars. Yeah, so she's a 39-year-old mother of two, and that was the thing. I think it didn't hurt that she got pregnant again, when this is all happening. I mean, that was a smooth play on her part. So she had to report Tuesday to the prison camp in Bryan, Texas. Now, this is a very common thing at the federal level. As long as you're not a violent, if you're not convicted of violent crimes, you generally are put on release, and the Bureau of Prisons contacts you. They do some intake work, and then they give you a report date, and they tell you what prison you have to get to. So they might tell you to the, West Virginia, wherever it is. You have to show up there, and it's just like in Goodfellas when he gets in the back of the car and says, "Take me to jail." Yeah, and that's what happens. You roll up to the federal prison, they come and intake you, and that's it. You show up on your own. She asked for appeal bond, but the Ninth Circuit denied that request. Because mainly there isn't a substantial question of law and fact about her case, meaning, yeah, this is really questionable. We might overturn this. Nope, her case, yeah, she's probably not getting, just like everybody else. Pill's probably not gonna work. So they talk about here, why is she going to prison, and we covered all that. That she was, she's ordered to pay $450 million in restitution. Yeah, that ain't happening. So the thing is, will she serve? And this is the one thing here. Will she serve the entire 11 years of prison? Yes, unless she gets her sentence commuted. Federal time, you pretty much do all the time, at least 85% of it, which means pretty much you're going to do most of it, over 90%. You generally don't get out early. Federal time, you do all your time. So, oh, by the way, she will be working with Labrador puppies for service dogs. Aw, that's so cute. Helping them be good little doggos. She'll be able to visit her kids every other weekend. There'll be times where she may be able to do, she might get passes depending on how that this camp has various levels where she can get day passes where she's released and she has to report back. Meaning she might get to go out in the outside world, but that's not for a little while. So she doesn't get any internet, but she can have a radio MP3 player. And actually, if you guys want to learn what it's like to do like the low level time at the minimal levels of things, FPS Kyle, guy used to be FPS Rush, FPS Russia. He did like 6 months in federal prison. It's very interesting when he talks about it. He does in the Painkiller PKA podcast. He talks about a bunch of different times all the stories there. It's interesting because it's done like as a big communal dorm. There's like brick walls that are kind of like chest high that form your little like alcoves. So if you guys want to understand what it's like in there, you could do that, and maybe watch Orange is the New Black. I don't know. So, but anyways, good luck, Elizabeth Holmes. We hardly knew ye. Ag is saying, what the fuck? This prison camp sounds like a summer camp. Yeah, yes, it does. Yes, it does. Because, I mean, it's still federal prison, but yes, if you're in one of the satellite camps, life ain't bad. Life ain't bad. I mean, Martha Stewart survived a year in prison. I mean, yeah, like Danbury, where she was at, it's kind of like there's a reason why they call some of these places club fed, because it's prison, but it's not that bad. Wrestler Town says she was ordered to start another scam to pay for the $450 million. Darcy, hello, Darcy. It's good to see you. Says she's hanging out with the housewife from Colorado, Jen. That'll be interesting. But yes, working with the dogs. Yes, the dog pill. Yes. Well, she's a white girl, and there's going to be dogs, so you draw your own conclusions. I mean, it's a scientific fact. Scientific fact. Stabby saying, how fucked is it she got pregnant to delay her sentence, and now there's a kid who's going to be almost a teenager before her mom's let out of prison. Well, like I said, watch The Dropout. Watch that series on Hulu. It's like it shouldn't surprise you that she'd do that. She's a lunatic. So, and imagine that somebody who's like a top tier criminal does other questionably moral things. I mean, it's like shocking. Joshua Clark says, meanwhile, the January 6ers get gulag conditions. Yep. Mm-hmm. Oh, Tarkina. Oh my gosh. Apparently we're gonna have some Texas beef going on now. I don't get it, but whatever. She's in Bryan College Station with all them Aggies. So I don't know. I guess you're like one of the hook 'em horn. Is it? Yeah, hook 'em horns or whatever it is you guys do. I'm not sure. Although Tarkina's probably like, fucker, I'm a Texas Tech fan. Pike says low security Fed time is way preferable to state time. Yes, I've had clients do both. Even minimum security state time is nowhere near Fed time at a camp. Fed time at a camp is the gold standard. It beats everything. Beats everything. Hands down. Hands down. Ag biochemist says labs are big doggos too. Fernando says, who pays for that fake prison? We all do. Because we pay taxes and we live in a society. Claude says, drop them on A2 when the MREs. Yeah, up in the illusions. That'd be great. Oh, Tarkina says, actually, I'm a Baylor fan. Okay. Okay. Texas has some Aggies, an uncooked ribeye, a rebel, and Winnie the Pooh. Oh. So, all right, now we're going to get on to the one. I think that this was very interesting, and it's got multiple parts to it. So if you guys aren't aware, in New York City, there's been a surge in crime, very much like the beginning of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, when April starts talking about the rise of the Foot Clan, as they start stealing, harassing, and attacking people. Well, there are men who have risen to respond to the call, including one of them, Daniel Penny. Well, there's another man who's responded to the call that we've now learned about. You know, the hero we deserve, not the hero we need. But we do have that hero. And who is that hero? Well, it happens here in Queens. If you guys see on this map here, Queens is kind of northeast of Brooklyn, but it's kind of like the barrier between Nassau County and Long Island and Brooklyn. So it's kind of like the borderlands. And what happened? Well, in a neighborhood called Kew Gardens, a 65-year-old man, Charles Feiner, smoke checked a guy. And what happened? Well, a 32-year-old man was what he thought was chasing him with a sharp object, and wouldn't leave him alone, was demanding money for food and being just generally like a psychopath. So Chuck pulled out his pistol handgun and went pickety 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 pickety, or as some of the rappers go, oh, ba-ta-ta-ta-ta, or as many of us would just say, went Bert. And the 32-year-old guy is no longer with us. Now, there is interesting video, and we're going to see this right now. This is, there's two ways I think you guys think this is probably going to go. I mean, there's two ways. And I know the first way you guys are thinking is what's going to happen here, and it didn't happen this way. But there was one way. Oh crap! I thought these were plugged in already. Damn it! I messed that up. Oh well, live TV for you kids. There you go. It did not go like this. Oh, why is this not playing? Oh, hold on. It's not playing for me. Hold on, I gotta. Yeah, hold on. Oh, sorry. All right, there we go. All right. It did not go like this.
Yo, homie. That my briefcase?
Your briefcase? Yeah.
Yeah, it did not go like that. But we do have video of it actually happening. Oh, muted? Are you fucking kidding me? Are you guys okay? Is Rumble being that? Okay, I think Rumble's just being smartasses. All right. So no, it did not happen that way, but it did happen a way that I think is very concerning. This is we're gonna skip ahead because I don't really care for the news video.
Controversial case of was this self-defense or something more sinister?
I mean, that said, though, I mean, having Italian ancestry in my blood, Di Lorenzo, God, that is Anthony, my little Anthony, that's pure WAP right there.
Prosecutors say that
So here is the actual shooting. So we don't have the shooting itself, but we have literally the lead up right to what happens. And I mean, here you go.
Early morning smoke for Charles Fainer leading to a deadly encounter outside his Kew Gardens apartment building. In exclusive surveillance video, you can see the 65-year-old backing up as...
I mean, really, I will say this much. I've mentioned this before, and I mentioned it before, and Bronca has always backed me up on this. You want to be seen as the guy who did everything he could to avoid using deadly force. I know we're talking about that NFL trial that's going on right now where that dude came out and they had a fight, and then at some point he just unloads 30 rounds into that car. Okay, cool. But look at this guy. He's backing up, trying like, I don't want none of this. I'm trying to leave, buddy. Look, you got it wrong. Leave me alone. You know, trying to stay away from him.
He's aggressively approached by Cody Gonzalez.
Yeah. And look at this guy. He keeps advancing. He keeps advancing. That's not the moves of somebody who is in their right mind, or it's somebody who's trying to hurt you. I mean, right there, are you concerned for your life and safety at that point and right in that moment? Every single one of us would say, hell yes. And I think a jury would very much agree.
Later, off camera, police say Fainer pulls his revolver, shooting the 32-year-old multiple times, killing him.
Every case is complicated, but yes, this is a complicated case.
And this is the district attorney for Queens. And guys, remember, if you guys are unaware, each borough in New York City is pretty much its own county. So they have their own DA. So there's a Brooklyn DA, Queens DA, Manhattan DA, Bronx DA, Staten Island DA. So, yes, it's a complicated case. No, it's not. It's not complicated at all. That dude came up on him, tried to rob him, and then he got smoked for his troubles. Like, good shoot. That is a good shoot every day of the week in Martinistan. Like the high court of Martinistan, populated by me only as the only judge on it. 100% valid. You know what? I'll give you your gun back. I will refund you the cost of the bullets. That is the epitome of a good shoot. Fair Frozen 55 says it's complicated for their politics. Yes. But yes, all I can say is Grandpa did a great job taking out the trash. I bet he wishes he didn't have to do it. And I bet, it'd be nice if they could have gone their separate ways. But that Cody Gonzalez guy didn't want to take no for an answer. So, Grandpa had to oblige him. And the Democratic Republic of Sean, no. Martinistan, the land of the Martins. No, we're not. No, we're not Democratic Republic. Sporkio over on Rumble says, thank you for your service, Grandpa. Yes. But that is part of the issue here. You have to be careful. I mean, if you're, even here in Ohio, we have like blue cities. Like if you do this in Cleveland, you ain't getting indicted. Ain't happening. Not this set of facts. They probably won't even put you in front of the grand jury. But New York City, yeah. I mean, at this point now, when you've got, like I said, these heroes, they're just rising up all around them. I mean, Nate Brody, Nate the lawyer, man, it's like living in a Marvel movie right now. As much as I hate to say that, and it's kind of cringe, it's like Heckerinos, yeah. Getting those, he's walking the streets and there's heroes among him. Riding the subways, smoking a cigarette at 5 o'clock in the morning. The heroes are just everywhere, just waiting to save someone. Carrie says, was Grandpa arrested? Yes, Grandpa was arrested and charged. And and he was charged. Well, and he's got a bit of an issue. In the state of New York, even though Bruin and all that has happened, they still have the Sullivan Act, which you have to register firearms. Even worse, he lives in New York City. So in New York City, there's a bigger problem. You need here's the thing, no matter what you have in New York, if you have a carry permit, anything like that in New York City requires its own level of permitting. So you need your own level of permits. You need a separate carry permit for New York City. You need separate possession permits for New York City. It's a mess there. Well, he did have a permit for that gun, so he got charged. And then, well, once they find out you got something illegal there, guess what happens when the cops find out you're doing some illegal thing, like you have an illegal gun? They execute a search warrant and they raid your house. And then they find out you have dozens of unregistered weapons. So they hit you with dozens of weapons charges. He's facing 25 counts of criminal possession of a weapon. Whew. So, you know, he's facing weapons charges. That's his big thing right now. Not necessarily the murder, but just the weapons. So they after the search warrant, they covered more than 20 firearms, which included pistols, shotguns, rifles, assault rifles, ooh, and 2 body armor vests, among other weapons. Feiner has a license for 5 rifles and maybe even a shotgun. Well, there you go. And yes, in New York, body armor is not allowed to be owned. You know, everywhere else, you can go online right now. You know, just between us girls, you can go online right now and buy top grade body armor from various places, including like bulletproofme.com, which will sell you everything and anything from little lightweight vests up to sappy plates and interceptor body armor, like a legitimate flak jacket level stuff. Just saying, it's all kinds of stuff out there. They'll sell you ballistic helmets too if you want, for decent prices, might I add. So there's all kinds of places you can get there. Eric Holmes saying body armor legal in New York. It can be. I think in California, in some places, it's illegal. So yeah, they're jamming them up. Carrie's saying, how can we help him? Right now, he just, I don't know. I don't know if there's a GoFundMe or a Give, Send, Go or anything like that for him yet. If there is one, that's probably the only way you can help him. So, so he admitted to detectives he intentionally pulled his gun out and shot the guy, which hold on. I was going to be shipping this out to somebody, but God damn it. Charles Feiner, bro, I don't care how legitimate you think your shooting is, how justified you think it is, how righteous you may walk among God's path, and how much the fate smiled upon you. You do not talk to the police. This is the kind of shit that makes you want to drink. I mean, dude, I was saving this for somebody. I was going to send it out to him. Somebody I know, but bro. It's the kind of shit that makes you want to drink. Oh. Do not talk to the cops, please. Ever. Ever. Carrie says, how do you know? How do I know he talked to the cops? Well, because they're saying he talked to the cops. How do I know he has? Oh, body armor is not. I'm not sure which. Sorry, which part? Oh. I'm sorry. I'm just reading, catching up to you guys. Yeah, this needs more than a White Claw. And you know what? I don't charge you guys to have me do a shot because I'm a man of the people. I'm going to do another one. I don't care how justified it is. You can't talk to them. They are not going to help you. And now you talked. And guess what? Now they slap you with a ton of charges. Bruh. I mean, I've been watching enough Ted Lasso. I can do it. Bruff. I can do it now. Bruff. Come on. Bruv. And No Mouse says, but Sean, what if he's a nice policeman? The name of some sort says, school night, Sean, be careful. Actually, it's not a school night tomorrow. It's just I got to go to the office and do work. So it's not a school night. So I can, I guess I'll tip my hand. I just have to be in the office tomorrow afternoon to get stuff done. So I can get a little buck wild tonight. Porcelain Thunder says, don't do many. The puke. That's Hayden shtick. Oh, I know. Oh, you'll never see me puke on stream. Never let them see you bleed. Never let them see you bleed. Ever. AJ Arguello for $20. Thank you for the support, man. Thank you for super chat. Saying, do another shot, man of the people. Okay, I guess I'll have to say because I do have to do things tomorrow. Okay, from now on, every $100 I'll take a shot. But since I didn't say that beforehand, I kind of made him representation. I'd take a shot, so I'm kind of stuck with that. So I guess it's interpretation of the contract. So, yeah. GM saying we heard Joe puke on stream. Yes. And we'll see you sleep on stream. Sure. You guys might wonder if I'm dead, but I'm never going to puke. Never going to puke. There are far worse fates than falling asleep on stream. Far worse. Fernando says your body mass should not even feel 2 shots. Yeah, but I don't drink enough that it can still hit. Besides, this will be the 3rd with a beer in me also. What's the beverage of choice this evening? This is from Seven Brothers Distilling Company out of, I guess they're out of Madison, Ohio. This is a wheat whiskey. Seven Brothers Distilling. And then I also had one of these, so. At least you haven't farted on stream. That you know of. I'm not going to do a pill stream. Yeah, get those Xanny bars going. Oh my God, I awoken the beast. All right, Bendover says here, get a Happy Meal. $10, thank you. I mean, yeah, that would get a Happy Meal. Thank you. You trying to imply something? A name of some sort. What you're asking about? Oh, I guess. Technically it's not guns. Let's see if YouTube will get mad at me for it. Let's see here. Yeah, I was gonna say, if you guys are looking, this may not be the best place to go, but you can go here and you can buy body armor. Now, if you want to buy like vests, you can buy them off just like a regular vest, like a concealable vest. You can buy these off eBay, but you can buy all kinds of stuff. You can buy rifle plates. You can buy ultralight level 3 plates. Certified stopping 5.56. You can buy all kinds of fun stuff. You can buy the bulks inserts. You can buy, if you have a doggo and you want to protect your doggo, although you can do the doggo vest. If you're that worried about the ATF stopping by, you can make a doggo vest, which sometimes they need. If you're also worried about your jewels, guys, you can buy groin protectors. And if you want to get, like all the fun stuff. So, all kinds of great things out there. Well, over on locals, AR 500 Spartan armor has body armor for big boys. AR 500 armor is a great way to get killed. Don't use that stuff. Don't use that stuff. Alpha Fox says Coom on stream. I mean, like, is your mom coming over, bro? Like, I mean, I'm just saying I might. If your mom comes over. Darcy saying for $50, good evening. Shots. Exclamation point. Well, that's 50 in the till. Tarkina saying for $10 for the drinks fund. Have you been to the Winking Lizard? A friend of mine is a regional manager. They have like a couple around here. Oh, hold on. You guys are asking about Easter Thor now. When are you going to represent my doctor friend in family court? Jeff sent me an email. I'll talk to you. I can gobble raw hot dogs like Easter Thorn. God. Jim is saying, getting back on topic, you're kind of blackpilling me. You're supposed to be jumping up and down about how these laws aren't constitutional. This could be the next Heller McDonald. Once again, you're right. But as I said, it all depends. This guy could be the case that gets all the way there, but more than likely, it's going to be some dude running around who's got a felony conviction and got caught with a gun. I mean, like, that's just the nature of it. This guy, yeah. I mean, that's just the nature of it there. Alpha Fox says, my mom is dead. So I'm like, you know what? I forgot. That's how good I gave it to her. Oh, yeah. Charles Hetrick says, what's wrong with AR 500 armor? Spalling. When that bullet hits, it explodes into fragments, and it's going to go like in your face, in your arms. It's better than nothing, but you also need to consider like a 20. Google what happens when you use a 20-inch, 20-inch barreled AR-15 shooting just 55 grain bullets, just like M193. It's like a laser gun. It burns through all that stuff. So I'd be careful. Jacob Pete says, my mama's recently single, but she's got some age on you. Hey, it all works out. Dr. Cock McLongerballs, PhD, what's your email? It is potentiallycriminal@gmail.com. It should be down below, guys, if you check. Well, yeah, down below. It should be in the description. Just keep scrolling. So, all right, we need to get back to, that was fun taking all those right off the bat. Woohoo! Lord child. All right. Oh my God, we've only been doing this for an hour? Damn. All right, so do you need to do? All right, chew. Okay. In kind of weird news, it's not criminal, and it doesn't entirely make a whole lot of sense here. Jacob Pete's saying, speaking of 2A restrictions, you hear Hunter Biden will fight for the Second Amendment. Yeah, I touched on this earlier. That's where you make the case law. It's not going to be like me or you. It's going to be somebody like him who's facing like 10 years in prison. He's going to pull out all the stops. So yes, it might be hilarious if Hunter Biden destroys, the prohibited person statute. So we'll see. That's just how the world works, man. We got a couple of super chats we got to catch up on here too, though. Don't want to get too far behind on those. Oh God, Parallax probably like, he didn't send me anything on Discord. I'd be like, hey, fucker, you're forgetting them all. Fair Frozen 55 for $5. Thank you. Says, I was watching Death Wish 1 and 2 today. I'm working on a video about Bernie Getz, the original Subway savior. And here's to hoping this begins to happen as crime goes up. I mean, I get it. It's kind of funny like that, but that means people are going to get hurt. And I mean, let's be real. It'd be nice if nobody got hurt. But yes, sadly, this is probably the response. The people have asked their government to govern, and the government is failing to do that. So what happens? Communities tend to self-regulate. And that tends to be a little heavy-handed, but that's the nature of communities regulating. That's why we trust the government. We grant them a monopoly on violence. Max Faber kind of explains, like, you have to, that is a very delicate power to have, because not grasping that, embracing that power as a government is a dangerous thing. Don Booze for $2. Sean for SCOTUS. Believe it or not, during the Trump administration, every time there was an opening, I sent my resume in. I was like, listen, Donnie, you want a guy who's going to play it straight? Like, I got you, bro. Never heard back from him, though, so someday. Brandon Garcia. Hey, Brandon, good to see you, man. For 65 Mexican pesos. Says, it's complicated. I still don't know if it's convenient for me politically to charge him. The DA. Yes, that's pretty much... She's going to be like, I have to look at my polling to see if I should charge him or not. Is this going to go well? How will this look for my election campaign? Ben Dover says, Baltimore, we have crabs. Which, hey, I will say, you get some Maryland blue crabs and like, mwah, that's some good stuff. You get something like a bucket of Maryland crabs and some hush puppies. Like, woo, some good eating right there. Some good eating. And then, where are we down to? Wrestler Town for $2 says, useless. The ATF is trained to shoot dogs in the face. You know what? I'll put a helmet on my dog if I have to. I'll figure out how to make him a helmet. AW is saying, is that a... Oh my God. Martin Furberger says, hush puppies. You ever had hush puppies? Oh, they're good. They're good. I'm not talking about like hush puppies like what the SEALs used to call suppressed pistols, because they'd use them to hush puppies when they were coming up on a Vietnamese village, which is actually what they used to call suppressors. Funny enough. But yes. Let me see here. The remoulade sauce. Yes. Yep. All right. What did I miss here? William says there was a time in this land where if you stole from a man, you died. Yes. Yes, there was. Oh my God. Darcy for another $50. Okay, that puts us over. That puts me at like 120 for the shot threshold. So $22. $122. God. It's because I said I thought you were a Texas Tech fan. Oh no, that's Tarkina. Darcy, you're an Oregon fan. You like the Ducks. Quack, quack. Whew. Yeah, Toothless, you're right. Mob justice is not the justice you want. Yeah, and I guess I say it like this when people talk about mob justice. Be careful about it because it sounds great until the mob comes knocking on your door. You might think, well, I don't have to do anything wrong. The mob's not going to come to me. But remember what George Carlin said. Look at the average person on the street. Half of the population is dumber than him. So your mob, yeah, the police get things wrong, sure. But a mob at your door thinking you did something and you clearly didn't do it, and they're idiots, you think you're going to convince them? No. And the odds are, you're going to be able to kill them all? Probably not. I mean, I don't care how strapped you are and how well you're ready to bang. I don't think that's going to go the way you plan. So yeah, I don't like mob action because mobs are full of stupid people. Can be led by stupid people and are easily manipulated. Just like this whole city by Karen thing. That was easy to manipulate. Why? Because people are stupid. It's like Tommy Lee Jones says in Men in Black. An individual man is intelligent, thoughtful, and is poised. People are stupid, panicky, and, easily lied to. So you got to be careful about mobs. Mr. Sniper says, have you been to Rhode Island? No. And have had clam cakes? No, I don't like clam. And I don't like clam bakes either. Or clam chowder. No, none of that's good. None of that's good. So let's see. It's like fried bread, but corn, yeah. But fried bread's really good itself too. Carrie's right. The people are retarded. Yes. Now, some of you might say, well, Sean, doesn't that mean you feel that way about juries? Shh. In case somebody ever watching this sees, like they're watching this the night before and they come in and see me sitting at the defense table. No comment. Shh. Like clam chowder. Clam chowder is nasty. Oh, this is 100% right. Rabbi Rubenstein. Oh, I'm sorry. Joe will probably get mad. Probably his rabbi. Says clam chowder is basically hot fish yogurt. Yeah. Just like sous vide is boiled meat. Like let's not church it up. Church it up what it is. Okay, Zero Fucks, you're right. Not my juries. My juries are always full of intelligent people. Every other jury's full of retards. Yeah, that's how I'll sell it. Crying Chance Ohioans put chili on spaghetti. Hey, you know what? That's Cincinnati, man. Although if you really want to see something disgusting, Google like Rochester, New York, what they call a garbage plate. That's disgusting. A name of some sort says, to be fair, you have to have a very high IQ to be on one of Sean's juries. Oh God, I wish that were the case. Alpha Fox says, Sean, what do you know about ramps? Nibba? Like, when I talk about ramps, like, we're talking about like Evel Knievel jumping the Snake River here. Come on now. Watchers on the website. Bruh. Yes. Shit on a shingle, that's good. That's not a garbage plate, though. That's shit on a shingle's good food. Poutine's fine. 2 Scoops says Skyline Chili's in Columbus. Yeah, it is, but it's Skyline Chili's like meh. If you do chili if you do Cincinnati style chili like homemade, it's okay. Skyline Chili is just ugh. Like I went to Bowling Green State University. They had a Skyline Chili. I don't care. I got blackout drunk a lot early on in college. Okay, to be fair, a lot in college. A lot. I think I liked getting more blackout drunk than getting drunk myself. Got blackout drunk a lot. I never, ever had Skyline chili. I go to Waffle House, but I would never get Skyline chili drunk. I mean, I do have standards. What do you guys... Hold on here. Brandon Garcia says, Google capriotada. It's a Mexican version of Old English pudding. Way better. Capriotada. Also known as capriotada de Viega. Oh my God, I would eat the fuck out of that. Wow. It's a good bread pudding. That looks, oh my gosh. Oh yeah. I'm gonna have to try to learn how to make this. I'm gonna have to learn how to make this shit. Like, check that out. Check that out. Check that out. That looks good. That looks good. It actually looks very good. So, all right. Well, back to like getting on to the important shit here. Okay. Actually, hold on. We gotta do the shot first. Oh, God. I did it. I promised it. So, all right. So, what do we know? In other news, and I learned this basically from following Nate Bruin, also known as Photo Chad, from the Kyle Rittenhouse saga. If you guys know anything about the Kyle Rittenhouse shooting and the whole thing that went down, as Kyle's running for his life from Joseph Rosenbaum, Jojo the pedo, you see somebody at the bottom of the camera screen take their pistol and go pew, pew, pew. That guy is Joseph Zeminski. We learned who he was later. And he is a career criminal. In fact, when Nate Bruin was covering some of the things involved with him, he was intimidated by Zeminski. Well, I guess we had to learn through Nate Bruin in the Kenosha County Eye by Kevin Mathewson. I'm sure you guys remember him. He was on a couple of different shows. He's a private investigator, but also does news coverage of Kenosha County. Zeminski got a smoking deal. I mean, I will say that as an attorney. He got a smoking deal for everything he was facing. And why do I say that? Well, one of our friends from the past, T. Claire Binger, rides again. I guess this also dissuades any rumors that he was no longer in the office or something happened to him, that he's no longer there. Apparently, he's live and kicking, still sponging up government funds. Yes, Fluffer Boy himself. Yes, as Jack Black could say, Fluffer Boy. Boo-doo-doo-doo. What is the secret of your power? Sucking dick. What kind of powers, you ask? How about the power of sucking dick? That's homosexual, Holmes. Or how about the power to fluff a man from 500 yards away? Those would be all his powers, probably, if he could do it. No, not Zelensky, Zeminski. So, what do we know? Well, let's get back up to the top. I just thought it was important to know who we're dealing with here. So this is Josh Zeminski. He's the guy who shot the gun. Not exactly a Rhodes Scholar. J-Man over on Rumble says he still looks like a fag. Yeah, he does. I guess he does. But I mean, we got a real binger here. Okay. Yes, toothless over on yes, toothless 420 says big or small, he fluffed them all. So what did Joshua Zeminski do? Well, he shot his pistol, like we said, he shot his pistol in the air that night and set it all off, and very likely caused Kyle to turn around and smoke check Rosenbaum. I mean, on top of everything else. I know Kyle said he didn't hear the gunshots, but I'm like, I don't know that he couldn't have. Either way, initially the police asked to charge him with recklessly endangering safety. I mean, he kind of started everything. Resisting an officer, disorderly conduct, bail jumping, which is, from the Theodore Edgecombe case. It's a weird charge they have in Wisconsin. And then arson. Initially, they only charged him with disorderly conduct, and only after community outrage did they add the felony arson charges. Okay, well, while out on bail for the riot-related things, like 2 years later, Zeminski and his wife robbed a man at knife point, took him around the city to ATMs to steal his money. He was charged with 6 felonies and 1 misdemeanor, faced many decades in prison. Well, our good old friend Binger showed up and dismissed all the criminal charges from the night of the riot. He made a plea deal for all the felony cases that he had. So today in court, he pled guilty to 1 count of armed robbery and 1 count of armed burglary. But everything else was dismissed, and those are the charges of felony arson, felony intimidation of a witness, which is Nate DeBruin, Photo Chad. If you guys remember him, Photo Chad himself, the charges got dismissed. He intimidated Nate at a case, at a hearing. And if you guys follow, there's a guy out there named Johnny Walker Dredd, who is out in the Kenosha area, where has Kevin Masterson on routinely, has had Nate DeBruin on routinely, is friends with them, is friends with Grambo. All those people from the trial, in which Johnny Walker's had me on once or twice. Johnny's a great guy. I'm going to try to reach out to him and see if maybe I'll go on with him coming up when we talk about this. But the other things, though, he was facing: felony false imprisonment, felony unauthorized use of a person's identifying information documents, bail jumping, felony arson, disorderly conduct, use of a weapon, battery, and obstructing an officer. Okay. And then listen to this. Binger's going to recommend that he only spends 5 years behind bars, followed by 5 years of probation. I mean, yeah, as a defense attorney, I love that. I mean, I'm just like, woo, get me all hot and bothered. I wish I could get those kind of deals all the time for my guys, because I'd be like, that'd be great. And then number 2, I mean, I'd have dudes showing up at my door at my office, just be like, here, let me hire you. He sounds like an informant. I doubt he's an informant. It's just wrapping it up. They're just wrapping up the odds and ends there. So, but yeah, that is what's going on there. And Binger rides again. And he's been in jail for like a couple of months now. So I guess, what? Maybe he's going to prison for 5 years. Get time served. He probably got a year in already. So we shall see what happens. Oh, Terry Bradley. Oh. Oof. Okay. We're going to I got to get through some things first here. Terry, we'll get back to you in a second. Brandon Garcia says, he sounds like a decent guy. Yeah. Harbor Warble says, Grambo was the best witness. Crying Shame says, he's probably a rat. Like I said, I don't know if he's a snitch or a rat or a informant. I just think this is kind of the loose ends are getting wrapped up. This is the last vestige of the Kyle Rittenhouse saga. Everything's done. Everything's done now. Kyle's done. All kinds of stuff is over. at this point. You know, I mean, even his friend Dominic Black, who went through a lot of things here, ended up with some criminal charges of his own, fleeing from the police, got sentenced on those recently. This is the end. This is the end of the Kyle Rittenhouse saga. It goes away with a whimper. And it's interesting for that, but it's like watching those miniseries on TV, and at the end they play like a song, and you see like the black and white pictures of the person in real life, and you're kind of like disappointed about what happened. It's kind of one of those times. Uh-oh. Show me a text. Hold on. So you guys are asking about Schroeder, though. What's going to happen there? Oh, the Freesius saga was better, yeah. Except for the civil suits. Yeah, but the civil suits, those are going to... Nobody cares about those. Nobody cares about those. I mean, that is what they are. Is Potter out? Oh, yeah, she's been out. J-Rock says the judge better reject that deal. I don't think he will. Schroeder's, you know... I mentioned this a couple times. Schroeder's an awful judge. He's a pussy. He's not going to reject it. WO's right. He's a pussy. He's not going to do it. Jim is saying Schroeder can ignore the recommendations if he wants to. Yes, the judge always has the right to ignore a recommendation and can hammer him for up to 20 if he wants to blow up the deal. I doubt he's going to do it, though. I doubt he's going to do it. This is Judge Schroeder we're talking about. Binger knows him well. And I'm sure that Zeminski's attorney knows Schroeder well enough. I mean, really, you know there's judges you go in front of. If you make a deal, they generally will stick to it. Why? Because think about it. If Schroeder blows up Zeminski and nukes him for 20 years, then every case coming in front of him, nobody's going to make a deal because they're not going to risk Schroeder nuking him to the moon and back. So, guys, you're just going to have to accept the fact Zeminski's probably only going to do 5 years, and for him, it's not like you're ruining him. He's a turd. So 5 more years, 5 more years. You know, it's not like we're gonna miss the cure for cancer. Just is what it is, guys. Sorry. Like I said, I'm not trying to just being real here. Just being real. Jado says a lot of felonies for a guy who keeps walking around. Yeah. Okay. Fernando says, drink your Bud Light. Yeah, I'm getting to it. All right, Terry Bradley. Yeah, we got to get to this one here. Holy cow. Super shot. Yep. Okay. Oh, God. And Jim, you're saying, what are the odds? I don't think the odds are high. I just don't think the odds are high, man. It is what it is. Like I said, I wish we'd see people get hammered, but Jim is saying, I don't know, Schrader's really pissed off with him earlier. Yeah, but I mean, I'd love for him to get his boots nuked off, but I just don't think it's going to happen. Sierra Fox has sentenced Zeminski to be president of Ukraine. Yeah, let him get hit with a Kinshall. Although, hey, he might enjoy it because he get all the cocaine you can all the cocaine you can snort. It's Triton says Schroeder's retiring. That's not a big concern. Yeah. A name of some sort says Sean didn't probably even watch the tournament arc all the way through. I didn't because I have no idea what you're talking about right now. kind of losing grip on things. But anyways, getting back to Terry Bradley, here you go. Ooh. Ah. Ooh. I thought we were just going to be talking about interesting stuff tonight, not doing this, but hey, it's the way life goes. Toothless is right. He gets pissed off and then he forgets why he's mad. Yeah. Sniper Nest says you should never be on a drunk stream. We're going to have to work on that, man. We'll have to set one up. Do it on Rumble. Jim is saying the judge had to tell Zeminski and his family several times to be shut up or held in contempt. It doesn't surprise me, but that happens all the time. I mean, it's even the judge says, I'll hold your contempt. It takes a lot to. Binger never got held in contempt, and he should have been held in contempt. I'm just saying. Sporkio calls him Sleepy Turtle Schroeder over on Rumble. The job well done says, though, charges stuck on Dominic. Yeah, Dominic Black went through a lot, and I only really learned this through Johnny Walker Dredd, the guy over in Kenosha. Dominic had some issues. Apparently, he got into some drug problems. I mean, it sounds like he may have had an overdose or something. While we see Kyle on here doing interviews and stuff, but we saw during the trial, he's got PTSD. These things are devastating to people. Getting involved in a situation like that is just brutal for anybody. And then getting put through the meat grinder, it's not something you want. It's something you should avoid at all costs if you can. So, yeah. It's but yeah, the idea they're going to get held in contempt. I mean, Binger never got held in contempt. I doubt he really holding them in contempt either. Schroeder's a man who talks. That's really it. So, snipers, I see that. I'll keep that in mind. Maybe at the end of the month of this month, I'll definitely need it after I get through this month. Jim says, there you go, blackpilling me again. I'm holding out for a Buck Rogers for Zeminski. I mean, man, I'm trying to be. I can give you the nice answer or the real answer, brother. I much rather traffic in the real answers. Just how it goes. I don't want to sit here and explain why it didn't work out the way I said it would. When I promise you it'll turn out better. Tyrannus Cygnus became a member. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate the support, guys. And also, if you want to be a member, but you don't want to, give, it's not Mama Susan anymore, but whoever the new Mama Susan is, give her the money. You can always join us over at potentiallycriminal.locals.com. And there you can join in the chats we have going every week. We have chats going every week. We have live chats going throughout that, and I do a weekly show on Monday nights, and then I do a show after this live stream here where we kind of get to hang out and talk about stuff. So that's over at potentiallycriminal.locals.com. Like I said, you can get a little spicier, talk about all kinds of things over there. So, yes, it's the new Susan. Yeah, but like I said, Binger, Binger's like rust. He never goes away. Ooh, we're almost done. We are almost done. We are chugging along here. All right. All right, kids. We're almost there. In other news, yes, a name of some sort's right. Fed post to your heart's content on locals. Oh, Jim saying it's cool, but I know, man. I'm just saying, I don't, guys, if I ever pick out your comment, I'm not necessarily just responding to you, but if you have that comment, someone else might have it too. And just like to respond to everybody. keep everybody, keep it going like that. So, what do we know? Okay, so we did have a pretty important January 6th sentencing recently, and it's Richard Barnett. If you guys remember him, he put his feet up on the desk. I think this will show up. Did it switch over? Yeah. So if you guys remember him, this is Richard Barnett back on January 6th. Doing God's work? I don't know. I'll let you decide for yourself. But that is Nancy Pelosi's desk. Yes, that Nancy Pelosi, the Speaker of the House. Well, what happened to him? Well, he got charged, and yes, he got charged with all the, no, this is like 9/11 times Pearl Harbor. Okay, well, he got sentenced to 4 years in prison on the 25th. He goes by the nickname Bigo. He is from Arkansas. He's a retired firefighter. So what do we know here? Well, his judge, Christopher Cooper, said in his sentencing that Barnett seemed to enjoy the notoriety. As the judge said, and I quote, "All the folks who follow Bigo need to know the actions of January 6th cannot be repeated without serious repercussions," said the judge. Yes, such a brave man, brave jurist. Anyway, he got a 54-month sentence. He was convicted on 8 counts, including felony charges of civil disorder and obstruction of official proceeding. And they were trying to prevent the certification of the election. Oh no! Oh no! Democracy hung by a thread. I'm sure it did. But anyway, he became the epitome of it because he got the picture of him sitting at Nancy's desk, which, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to lie. That's a pretty, I mean, let's be real, guys. That right there, that's a pretty baller picture. I mean, I can never recommend that. I can never, ever, ever recommend doing this stuff. But, I mean, bruh. I mean, like Sammy Sosa style, like I got nothing but love for you, man, because that's some pretty epic shit. I mean, yeah, you might do 4 years in prison, but like, bro, you are going down in history. You're going to be in history books, bro. I sound very South African right there. You're going to be in history books, bro. Bruv, you'll be in the history pages, bruv. Yeah, I mean, just saying. So, he did testify during his trial, and oh god, you can't do that. I mean, that's that's still, I mean, taking the stand in your own defense is really bad. You really got to know what the fuck you're doing. Okay, guys, like that's this is girl talk time. This is girl talk time. It's like the red table talk. Like, I'm Jada, except I ain't fucking my kids' friends, because that's a little creepy. But it's red table talk time. You really got to be on it. Like that's like going to the Super Bowl and you're playing against Tom Brady, and like you've never picked up the ball before. I mean, either, it's like defusing a bomb. Initial success or total failure. There's only 2 ways it goes. Either you defuse the bomb or you're a smoking hole in the ground. And Barnett didn't do a very good job. And how do we know? Well, they mentioned it in here, how he did not do a very good job. But that said, though, Where is it? Yeah. Where is? Oh crap! Where? Oh, it's not on here. He ended up testifying and getting into fights with the prosecutor during his case on cross-examination. He didn't do a very good job. Yeah, it wasn't a very good job. And Barnett says like it was a traumatic day for everyone, not just law enforcement. Bro, you can't. It's too late, man. You got to own that. You got to own that. It's too late now. You may as well be like, yes, I said what I said. I hope they burn in hell. He's vowed to appeal his conviction. I hope he does. He claimed he got swept into the crowd, and then he unwittingly entered Pelosi's office and encountered 2 news photographers, which, yes, as Kerry mentioned, I started down there talking about it. Yeah, they asked him to like, hey, man, have a seat at the chair. Okay, well, you still can't like not do that. He brought a stun gun with spikes and a walking stick. Yeah, you can't do that stuff either, man. Yeah, be careful. Barnett also took a piece of Pelosi's mail and left behind a note that said, Nancy Bigo was here, punctuating the message with a sexist expletive, meaning Nancy Bigo was here. Bitch! Or was it bitch? Or I wonder if it's more like you think about it. Like I worked with one of my bosses in one of my summer jobs, which when I was a lot skinnier, did a lot of flat work. I was out there, I'm talking about concrete and street work. Not hooking, but like real working on roads, playing in traffic as you would. Bob, I'll just call him Bob. He used to, use the word gotch. Oh. Maybe he said it like that. I like to think he said it like that. It'd be more humorous. Like, Nancy Bigo was here. Gotch. But yes, and before leaving Capitol grounds, he used the bullhorn to give a speech to the crowd saying, we took back our house and I took Nancy's office. Yep. In the meantime, the prosecutors say, and once again, guys, whatever you say you do, prosecutors will know about. You talk on the phones in jail, they're going to know about it. You go on your Facebook like a boomer, they're going to know about it. Don't do it. Ne pas. 9 yet. El no. In Spanish. And if you're in French, ne pas. Or le no. The defendant still believes he can say or do whatever he wants. And if someone's threatened by it, that's their problem. Well, actually, yes, that's your problem if you're threatened by it, because you can't do anything. And I agree with his defense attorneys. He didn't hurt anybody, and the only reason why he's singled out is because of his picture. And it's true. He should be punished because the government thinks he's a symbol. The prosecutors were asking for 7 years. His defense attorneys asked for 12 months. Yeah, well. And then they talk about the other people. And a couple people have gotten stroked pretty bad lately. A Pennsylvania guy, Robert Morris, got 5 years when he tried to take a baton from an officer and stole a riot shield. Yeah, a couple people got smoked really bad lately. But yep, there you go. You can just Eric Holmes, Eric saying, right, I would have testified. Ray Epps told me to go in the building. Yep. Oh. JMK says under oath's a dangerous tightrope. Just testifying alone is a dangerous tightrope. So, it's got to be careful. A-Dub says never apologize and always double down. Where are you guys here? A job well done saying, so Sean used to run one of those over. No. J-Man says he carved the Stussy-esque at her desk. Yes, funny. Funny. What are some of the other comments here? Alpha Fox says, "It's Rhodesian, you Philistine." Well, I mean, they talk like that too, but the South Africans have a similar accent. Brew. In South Africa, we have a similar accent, brew. We're not all from Rhodesia, brew. Carrie's right. Journals asked them to do it. Yes, they did. So, where are we here? Martin Ferg says uncivil law defended Rayups not being charged. We can always agree to disagree. I think that guy should be fucking hung by a yard arm, or, in a just world, Rayup should be, fucking washing his ass. Just saying in a just world. Because he instigated all this. But, it's a neat thing about people I consider colleagues, we can agree to disagree. And I consider Kurt a colleague. And I've had him on before, and I love having him on. Kurt is a smart guy. And I haven't heard his reasoning, but certainly I would have no doubt Kurt has a very articulated response to why he doesn't think Rayup should be. Certainly. So I'd love to hear it. Because I know it's going to be a lot more. I think it'll be very intelligent, and it would probably challenge me on a lot of points. So, Peter Spinney says, and Rayup's perjured himself. Okay, well, that's a separate matter. But yes, I'm just saying in a just world, he should have to have a mirror to check the undersides of his car every day. You guys can figure out why he might need that. I'll leave that to you. Now, the other part of the January 6th saga that we're starting to hear about now, and I guess Robert Gouveia already covered this, so I feel bad. I'm kind of like catching up on it. But we only do once a week. The U.S. government is seeking to find January 6th rioters to claw back donations they raked in. The prosecutors, and this is such bullshit here. The prosecutors are asking judges to impose fines on top of the prison sentences to offset the donations they get. It's one thing for them to try to claw back money if somebody gained notoriety, they wrote a book, because you're not allowed to profit off your crimes. Okay, fine. But they aren't asking for that stuff. They're just asking for the judges to stroke these people with massive fines. Makes a lot of people think it's a bullshit prosecution. Yeah, I mean, this is where, if you're the feds and you're really intelligent, you might stop and go, maybe we are the bad guys. Instead, you get, no, they're wrong. They're all wrong. Fuck them all. Okay, well, yeah. People are setting up things on Give, Send, Go, which, unlike GoFundMe, allows you to raise money for pretty much anybody. And I love this editorialization from The Guardian here. The rioters often proclaim their innocence and portray themselves as victims of government oppression, even as they cut deals to plead guilty and cooperate with prosecutors. Yeah, because you know what? A lot of people plead guilty because they're trying to save themselves. That happens every day here in America. Every goddamn day. Every day people do that. Why? Because you can't fight the government all the time. And sometimes that juice is not worth the squeeze. Because if you lose, you're going away for 40 years. You know why people are taking pleas? Because they don't want to sit there and watch their kids grow old from behind prison glass. Daddy, when you coming home? Daddy's never coming home. Daddy's not coming home till your kids are in high school. Kids are in college. People don't want to risk that. People plead guilty to save their ass, not because they did it, because of self-preservation. And that's something, video essay I'm working on. I hate to say video essay. It makes it sound like I'm on BreadTube. But about the ethics of plea deals. Should you have them? Like I said, I'll address that later. But this nonsense here, I mean, yeah, from a cucked British person. Yeah, you proclaim your innocence. Yeah. I mean, hell, we even have a plea for that in America. It's called an Alford plea, where you maintain your innocence, but you still enter a plea of guilty, but you're maintaining your innocence, and you're explaining why is to save your ass because you know the risk is too much, too great. Their fundraising success suggests that many people in the U.S. still view the rioters as justified. No shit. Really? Oh. Curious says I like the raw of the bad Mike scream. I'm sorry. It's been a little here, back up. There. Where the hell did that go? Let's see here. Alpha Fox says for my video essay, do you have a peer-reviewed study to back that video essay up? Yes. My sources are fuck the government. That's my source. The former president, they talk about Donald Trump saying he's fielded the idea of pledging to pardon rioters if he's elected again. This is a big secret. He's not gonna fucking help anybody, even if he gets reelected. He ain't fucking pardoning nobody. Just saying. Oh. And like this one here, Marcus Maley. He claims he raised $16,000 from online campaigns, claiming to be a January 6th prisoner of war, which, I mean, to be fair, these people have been kept in jails and allegedly beaten by really shitty guards. The prosecutors requested a $16,000 plus fine, noting it a public defender dead on legal fees. So the government's now picking on people because of the community aiding them. The fact the community thinks they're right and the community supports them, now the government's going to punish them. That's the issue here. You're going to punish this guy because, hey, a lot of people in the community think, yeah, he wasn't a bad guy. He didn't do anything wrong. But no, all these DOJ, assistant U.S. attorneys, just fucking drippy tampon city. Oh, no, we can't have that. Oh, no. Reade. That's what they're doing here. Once again, fucking scumbags. And here, they earlier this month, Nathaniel DeGrave was ordered to pay a $25,000 fine, and the prosecutors noted he raised $120,000. Okay. Yeah, and he did this despite seeking to cooperate with the government, admitting his co-conspirators were guilty. Okay, great. That doesn't mean what you guys are doing isn't wrong itself. That doesn't mean you guys have not abused the Constitution and are attacking these people relentlessly. Are we getting fines for all the fucking people who got community mutual aid after they burned down the fucking courthouse in Portland? Oh, wait, never mind. We don't have to worry about that because you let them all go. Fucking spare me this bullshit, DOJ. Fuck y'all motherfuckers. Fuck them all. Some bullshit. And I've had a couple of shots in a row pop. I better be careful. I might talk myself into some trouble here. So, anyway, just more and more bullshit from the feds. Fuck them. Oh. Last thing, we're running out of time, guys. We're at 2 hours. I'm not gonna get to Mizzy. I'll try to cover that another day, maybe on its own thing. This one's just really kind of fucking weird. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. and because I learned about it yesterday. Tara Reade, she accused Joe Biden of sexual assault back in the 90s, is seeking to defect to Russia. I mean, Biden can't kill nobody. And it's Hillary, not Jillery. It's Hillary Clinton, not kill Biden. You don't have to worry about Dr. Jill killing you, unless you have to read her freaking dissertation. She doesn't feel safe in America and wants Putin to give her citizenship. It doesn't make much whole sense here. It doesn't make any sense at all. And she appeals to Maria Butina, who was involved in involved as an unregistered agent working with the NRA, which good job, Wayne. That was great for our PR. Who was elected to, Butina is now in the Duma. She served time as a spy here in America in jail. But she made her decision on a visit to Moscow. Like, I don't think anybody's trying to. She isn't defecting. Sweet to say, how's the pooch doing? The pooch is chasing her. Yeah, they've harassed her for years. Yeah, I get she's being harassed, but it's like, how much can Sleepy Joe's people harass you? I'm just saying. Like I said, it's not like the Killery people, Team Killery's after you. But anyways, that's Tara Reade talking. She does mention things about, arming Ukraine following Russia's invasion. Like I said, I don't mind necessarily Ukraine being armed. They have the right to defend themselves. But holy shit, we are basically giving away the store and jeopardize our ability to fight the Chinese or anybody else in a near-peer conflict coming up. And it looks like basically the Ukrainians can't, we give them HIMARS and they treat it like a Liberian guy shooting an AK-47, just all overhead, and just whatever happens. Just like when we give them artillery. Yeah, here's 1 million rounds, and they're like, brr, we need more. So, yeah. So, she claims that there's some sealed cases against her, and the DNC is quite corrupt. Okay, I believe that part. Unless it's dismantled and taken down, I'm not sure things will get better. Okay, yeah, fair enough. But just that whole thing just seems weird. It does. Yeah. IRS went to Matt Taibbi's door. Yes, they did. Yep. So, I just thought that one was weird. It kind of came out of nowhere. Needs liquid nitrogen? Does it really? Yeah. Kerry says Mexico has the arms given to Ukraine. I don't think those were given to Ukraine. I think that's military assistance given to the Mexican government that was stolen from the Mexican military. I mean, the idea that stuff would get all the way back to Mexico, there are a lot of people along that supply chain who would have snatched those up right away. Getting them out of Ukraine, you have people in Europe who want those, Africa want those, the Middle East want those. A lot of people in front of the cartels, So, Tyrannus Cygnus says, stop funding foreign wars. Yeah. Kerry says, do you see the photo of U.S. arms in Mexico? Yeah. Like I said before, a lot of U.S. arms are because we give them direct military assistance. Tarkin is saying, what happened to the 40,000 pounds it's 60,000 pounds of a missing ammonium nitrate? I think it had one of the cars with the hopper on the bottom, and it just, the hopper opened up, and there's going to be a lot of weeds growing on the rail lines. I don't think you could, ninja vanish, 30 tons of it. If you could, that'd be pretty dope, but I don't think so. Sniper's Nest saying $35K for a javelin on the black market. Ooh. I'm not going to lie, that'd be dope if I can go on Silk Road and get a javelin. I've read the manual. They're easy to use. So So that is it for me tonight, guys. Porcelain Thunder says the mafia stole it from the Lufthansa cargo terminal at Idlewild Airport. I thought it was at JFK where they stole the Lufthansa heist. Two Scoops saying 30,000 pounds of money. No. 30 tons, 60,000 pounds. So, yeah. So that is oh, a name of some sort. Yeah, you're right. The next time Mexico tries to lock up one of El Chapo's kids, it's gonna get spicy. Yeah, yep. Porcelain Thunders at JFK's out of Wild. You know what? Those shots all hit quick. So, oh. It's a crying shame. Says the only javelin you're getting is an AMC. Nuh-uh. I got the javelin field manual, so I'm getting a javelin. We do have some super chats. I forgot I got to read up here. Yes, Sniper's Nest for $2. Thank you, man. Thank you for the support. It says the feds can't be bad. We're not human. I guess that's one way to put it. If you can't be bad because you're not human, well, that means you're not human. So, I mean, technically, a lot of laws don't apply if you can't really commit crimes against non-humans. Tee. Peyton Huang says we need a Mexico update. You need to tune into as Alexander says, tune into Future Conflicts, and Stan lays it out. Stan will lay it down for you. So that is it for me tonight, guys. I'm gonna just double check here. J-Man saying, Deshauna have an ad block? Yeah, I don't know. It's fucking ad block's a pain in the ass. Doesn't always turn on. I don't know. It's fucking annoying sometimes. Job well done. Say, hasn't 4chan called in drone strikes? No, 4chan called in a Russian Air Force precision strike on a bunch of ISIS guys in Syria because they geolocated it, provided the information to the U.S. The U.S. didn't do anything. The Russians took it, and they sent a strike package after it and like just nuked that village. So, yeah. Jacob Castro says ad block is funding communism. Yeah, maybe. So, did I just really tee-hee? Yes. So, anyways, guys, we're going to be going over to locals for a little bit to hang out and have some fun. We're still at, that $22 with those super chats left over. If you guys want to see if I'll do a shot over there, we'll do some shot. The shot roll is still in effect. Be over at potentiallycriminal.locals.com. Thank you to everybody that's been out here tonight, everybody in the locals chat, everybody over in the Rumble ghetto. Thank you so much. Everybody here on YouTube, like, share, subscribe, guys. Got a trial that's set for Monday, Tuesday. Maybe not doing it. If we don't do it, hopefully I can get some videos knocked out because I feel horrible about that. I see guys like, Emily and Nate just blowing it up and pounding it out every day is their job. And then you see guys like Robert Gouveia and, oh God, lawyer, Peter Tragos. Those guys just like beating it up. They're beating it up and running firms. And I'm like, yeah, technically I'm running the Martin Law Office. I am the, managing partner, equity partner. But I'm also the paralegal, investigator, and secretary along the way. So, but I see those guys knocking it out while they're doing the full-time, lawyering gigs as well. So it's like, need to up my shit. Need to up my game. But I've got some stuff hopefully I can knock out if we don't go to trial. But we'll find. If you guys see a bunch of stuff Monday morning, you'll know I didn't prepare for trial. Other than that, that is it for me. Guys, please like, share, subscribe. I always appreciate it. Everybody here who's commented, thank you so much. Super chats. Love you guys. I always appreciate it. And remember, until next time, just because you did it doesn't mean you're guilty. Good night, everybody. See you guys over on Locals.